So one thing about me is I love learning about game-changing technologies that are going to change our world. Everyone's focus right now has been on the artificial intelligence boom, notably on some of the big winners like Taiwan Semiconductor, Nvidia. Most of the traffic is really focused at the cloud computers and the chip manufacturers who are going to be able to make the computing processing power for AI possible. But while some people are, speculating that that might even be a bubble, another thing that we can turn our attention to is who are going to be the secondary and tertiary winners of the AI boom. Now, a lot of people have been thinking about AI in the context of large language learning models like ChatGPT, but another thing you can think about is the implications for healthcare. One healthcare company that I've been following for a really long time is called IOVA Biotherapeutics. This is a company that is really making headway in the process of tackling tumors. And as far as I understand it, that they've made the most progress when it comes to melanoma and cervical cancer, whether they have all sorts of, trials and plans to tackle lung cancer and all sorts of cancers. Now, because Iovance is a publicly traded company, any retail investor, like you could very easily download a Robinhood brokerage account or, wherever you would trade stocks and invest in this company. Right now, the company is charging about $6 per share. The market with this particular stock has fluctuated quite rapidly and a lot these past few years. And it looks like in January of 2021, the stock hit its peak when it was at $51 a share. Now, you might wonder if they're, supposedly going to be like solving these major cancer challenges, why would their stock valuation be going lower and lower? As I currently understand it, these trials take a lot of time and money, and they have to do like very, very long, dense clinical trials. You're not going to find the cure to all these different types of cancers overnight. However, they are widely considered to be, from everything I've read, the industry leader in this space. And the other day, I was watching this really fascinating breakdown from this guy who shares his portfolio investments publicly online. And this is from his YouTube channel. He runs Money Pig Investment, and he is, heavily invested in Iovance. And his theory is that, Iovance is currently being undervalued. He thinks that pending the FDA approval, which I think they have to make their final decision on November 25th, if I'm remembering correctly, of this upcoming November. So it could happen very soon that the stock then, reorganizes itself from $6 a share to $18 a share. The breakdown that he's sort of giving is that, right now the facilities have, 252.5 thousand patients, the capacity for. It costs $300,000 per treatment. That generates a certain amount of money, and then, you calculate the valuation from there. Now, I feel a little more hesitant about his projections for the future because that is dependent not only on the FDA FDA approving of, Iovance's trials, but also of them, getting more seed funding. They just recently did a public stock offering so they could free up capital in case the FDA thing didn't come through, so they would have enough money to keep operating to 2024. And so I feel a little more hesitant on the 5K patients, 10K patients, because that is obviously a best case scenario that they everything goes well and they're able to open multiple facilities, blah, blah, blah. But regardless of the investment potential, this is a company to keep an eye on. Their ticker name is IOVA, IOVA, and it stands for Iovance Biotherapeutics. They've changed their name 3 times in the past 20 years. I'm not totally sure why, but everything that I've read and learned about this company, it seems like they are going to be the pioneer in not only in the healthcare space, but in basically stopping melanoma, stopping hard tumors. And it looks like they're really getting close on cervical cancer, on lung cancer. They have all sorts of, the possibilities are endless. Now, I'm not a science person, which is probably pretty obvious for any science person watching this, but I felt like this article, you can just Google this name and it'll come up. You might have to sign in with an academic login. If you're not able to get it, let me know and I can try to get a copy of this article for you. But it is a really good overview. This was published in a Nature Biotechnology journal in 2019, and it very technically, which I just am not capable of regurgitating a simplified version of this for you guys. But if you go read this, it'll explain all the technicals. I should just say again, I am not a financial advisor. I am not even an investor. I am not a science person. I'm not a finance person. I'm just an everyday guy who is just reading a lot of stuff. And so I just wanted to put this on your radar. I would love to know people's thoughts. The general sentiment that I have been reading from people who do invest heavily in this stock is that they're kind of disappointed in the, not so great results the past few quarters from IOVANs. But the way that I've been thinking of it is, well, it's like they're trying to literally like end cancer, right? Like they're trying to find like one of the most efficacious ways to deal with cancer. That's going to be like a game changing thing. And it's going to be a lot of trial and error. And they have to do so many clinical trials. Like it's not going to be an overnight thing. It seems like it's one of those like long term investments that, and the only reason I'm putting it on your radar is because it's like a very affordable stock. It's only like $6 a share. And I just wish that I had some random person to tell me about cool opportunities. But of course, please do like all of your own research. Please like consult with an actual financial advisor before you made any kind of investment decision. Don't base an investment decision based on a TikTok ever. This is just something that I think is interesting and that I would love to talk more about if you think it is interesting too. And I'll try to create like a more concise video for the future if this is a topic that people are interested in. Okay, bye.